Hey everyone, welcome to this week's Creativity Prescription. I'm so glad you're here. This is where we combine art and medicine to restore your creative energy. I'm Dr. Emily Livengood, your Art is Medicine guide. Today's Creativity Prescription is a visual exploration of how we hold stress in our hearts. So this is a way to look at and explore our emotions and our coping strategies. So the supplies you're going to need today is a piece of paper, your markers, pens, colored pencils, whatever makes you happy. I'm going to use these paint pens because they make me really happy. And as you'll see behind me for today's creativity prescription, I've drawn a heart on my page. Now, this is an anatomical heart, with my little vessels coming out. You can also draw your Valentine's Day heart, so whatever makes you happy. But I'll walk you through the process of what we're going to do with that. But while we're setting up here, grab your paper, grab your pencils or your pens, go ahead and draw your heart on the paper. So we're going to be together for about 5 minutes, but before we get started, just a really gentle reminder, every person is inherently creative. And taking a risk and tapping into your creative energy with me today might just prevent your depletion, but it will definitely add some color to your life. So I'm really glad you're here. So I'm assuming you've got your stuff. Let's go ahead and get started by getting grounded. So what I'd like you to do is go ahead and put your feet on the ground wherever you are. And if you're comfortable, go ahead and close your eyes or soften your gaze. And let's just take a gentle breath in and a breath out. And I invite you to go ahead and just notice your feet and what they feel like. Feel your feet on the floor. And we're going to do a brief body scan. So I'm going to ask you with your eyes closed or relaxed to just notice your feet. And now pull your attention up your legs. Notice how your knees feel. Coming up into your seat. I'm sitting on a stool, so seeing how the stool feels. Coming into your belly. Is it relaxed? Up into your chest. Noticing your jaw. Perhaps relaxing your jaw for a moment. Coming up and noticing that point between your eyebrows, maybe helping it relax. And just sitting here and breathing. And I'd like you to pull your focus into your heart. And this sounds a little funny, but I'd like you to imagine breathing in and out through your heart. So an exhale in through your heart, and an exhale out through your heart. And as you're sitting here breathing through your heart, perhaps noticing if there are any colors that you associate with that inhale and that release. And just breathing here for a moment. Before we open our eyes, I'd like you to notice any feelings that your heart is holding. So perhaps it's holding joy or sadness. Can you identify those feelings? And perhaps can you match, as you inhale and exhale, a color to that feeling? As I breathe in and I notice a sensation, what color is that? And as I exhale. When you're ready, I'm going to have you go ahead and open your eyes and collect your colors. And what I'd like for you to do is either write down the feeling that you're experiencing, or a drawing of the feeling, or color of the feeling inside your heart. And there can be one, there can be many. Right? So go ahead, take a moment, and I'm going to be vulnerable here with you guys, and I'm going to write down what my heart is holding as well. So go ahead, take a few moments and associate your colors with your feelings. And you can fill up your space as much as you want. Okay, so I've written down 4 feelings that came up for me that I'm feeling in my heart during that breath exercise. So if you can't see them, I've got grief at the bottom, ease, anticipation, and sadness. So now as we're sitting here together and you're looking at the inside of your heart, what I'm wondering is, can you identify what your heart needs? What does your heart need now? So what we're going to work through on the outside of your heart is your healthy coping strategies. So what are the things that your heart needs to assist you with these feelings? So what I'm going to do is write down the coping strategies that come up for me, and if you would like, then draw your heartstrings. Okay, how does this one help me cope with this? How does this one help me here? And so I'll go ahead and get started. So I feel like, make sure my big hair is out of the way. And some of them might connect in multiple places, right? I'm kind of feeling my coping strategy of more art connecting with grief. So if you can see this, I put ease, more art, anticipation, exercise, sadness, time and nature. What are the things that would help me process those feelings that are in your heart? So go ahead, take a look at what you've just started creating and start drawing those lines, those heartstrings, those connections for yourself. Remember, this isn't art therapy, but what you create may still be meaningful for you. So maybe you want to revisit this exercise. I think this would be a wonderful exercise to do as a collage, right? Cutting out the pieces of paper that feel the feelings, maybe, and the pictures that are your healthy coping strategies, and making those connections for yourself that you have identified because you looked inward, you took time to look in and see what your heart needed. So as you look at what you've created, the big picture is, how do you incorporate what your heart needs, what you have identified on the page, into the rest of today, into the rest of the week? Is there something that you'd like to go do right now that's on your page? For me, time and nature. I think that might happen this afternoon. So as you all know, I firmly believe that art is the missing piece in medicine. It is one way we can tap back into our creative energy and prevent burnout. So thank you for joining me for today's creativity prescription. I'll see you next time.